welcome back to We Talk Cricket. Sri Lanka get home by their breeches, basically, by the nook and cranny to win this second one-day versus Zimbabwe in this 3-match ODI series to take a 1-0 lead. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Now the first ODI was washed out, but this second one, even though the rain was coming down, did have a decider, did have a finish, and Sri Lanka came away victors. Now Zimbabwe were put into bat first and were bundled out for 208 all out, with Craig Irvine leading the way, captain's knock, making a solid 82 as he tried to really push and rally the troops around. He did receive some good support from Ryan Burrow, who made 31, and Joylard Gumby, who made 30. Bowling for Sri Lanka, we did have Mahesh Tikshana picking up 4 for 31 and receiving very good support from Dashmanta Chamira, who picked up 2 for 44. Those two scouts were actually Burrow and Irvine when they were building a solid partnership. And they received good support from Jeffrey Vanderson, who picked up 2 for 47. But just a solid bowling performance from the Sri Lanka bowlers. Now, Sri Lanka did use 8 bowlers, which was surprising. Surprised that they had to use 8 bowlers. Seeing that the first 6 were like pretty solid to me. But it is what it is. Now, a pro for the Zimbabwean batters is that the middle order can come together to save what the top order couldn't. Alright? Honestly speaking, the top order needs to do more for Zimbabwe. A con now that I saw is that too many of their batters were hurrying to play the big shots, 1 or 2 ball in, or 3 ball in. Like, why? Take your time and bat. You gotta get yourself in. Not everybody's a Chris Gill. You can't run out here and bam, hit a 6 the first ball. You know what I'm saying? You gotta sometimes just say, hey, you know what? I can't hit it big, but I can time it and get runs. Just think about that, okay, Zimbabwe? Another con is that a lot of your batters were deceived by the spinners and just leaving the gap between their bat and pad to me look like a highway, man. You gotta minimize that. It's gotta be like, no, nothing goes through that. Nothing goes through that. Alright? So just some things to work on, Zimbabwe. Just coming from a fans' perspective, it's some stuff to work on. Now, Sri Lanka comes out to bat, and what I thought should have been like easy peasy pickings turned out to be a real cricket game. I was like, whoa! I was like, I expect them to cruise, so don't get me wrong, okay? But first over, wicket. Second over, Blessing bowled down the next opener. I'm like, oh, we got a game on our hands, people. And that was called a no ball. I was like, what? But nevertheless, Sri Lanka did scrape home, making 211 for 8, winning off the second to last over with number 9 and 10 just leading them home. But honestly, the man to really guide them after a fall of wickets was none other, I gotta get the paper for this, was Janith Liyanage. If I pronounce it wrong, sorry my friend. But leading the way with 95 after a flurry of Sri Lankan wickets fell where they were about 60, 70 off for 4, 5, 6 wickets. He really came together and just pushed the Sri Lankan team home. Alright? Well played, my friend. Bowling for Zimbabwe, we did have Richard Ngara. Wait, I messed up the name. Garava? If I messed it up, forgive me. Picking up his maiden 5-wicket haul, 5 for 32. Just what a spell of bowling from him. Really, really good. He did receive support from Sikandar Raz, who also picked up 2 for 32. Now, batting wise, con for the Sri Lankans is that you guys chase too many wide deliveries. Like too many. Yes, they were swinging, they were full, but you could have left that. You go, whoo. Look, I get it. It's wide, it's full. You see the opportunity to hit it big, but sometimes the better decision as a batter is to leave it be. So just something to work on. Now, a con also for the Zimbabwean bowling side is that where are your regular bowlers? Because I felt like, don't get me wrong when I say this, but I felt like I was watching bowlers who hadn't bowled in international cricket for like a long time. Long hops, too full. Like, seriously, the closing overs where Zimbabwe should have closed that game out was just filled with pitched up deliveries. What are you going to get from that? You're going to get hit. And that's exactly what the Sri Lankan batters did, sorry. So, just some stuff to work on, alright? Just some stuff to work on. So, as always, let us know in the comments below what do you think is going to happen going forward. Can Zimbabwe come back and level this series? Or will Sri Lanka take it all away and win the second one and claim series victory? Because, hey, you know we're always going to talk about it. Where else, everyone? But right here on We Talk Cricket, where you always get a fast perspective. And I'll catch you next time so we can talk some more. Later.